Racetrack pizza, it's hot and fresh. With bubbly cheese, it's the very best.
If you've eaten pizza from Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, or Little Caesars, you've almost certainly eaten Leprino cheese. For decades, that cheese was made in California. Then, quietly, Texas took it. In 1910, long before frozen pizza, delivery apps, or national food chains existed, a cheese plant began operating in California's Central Valley. But in 2024, that same plant was told it no longer made financial sense to exist. That plant belonged to Leprino Foods, a company valued at $5.5 billion as of 2022. The single most important company in the American pizza supply chain. Quietly, without consumer branding or flashy ads, Leprino built itself into the largest mozzarella producer on Earth, supplying cheese to an estimated 80 to 85% of major pizza chains in the United States. This is truly a gigantic food infrastructure. And now, Leprino is shutting down one of its historic California facilities, while pouring nearly $900 million into a massive expansion in Texas. To understand why this matters, you have to understand what Leprino actually is. Leprino Foods was founded in 1950 in Denver, Colorado, by Mike Leprino Sr., starting as a small family-run cheese business. Over the decades, the company did something most food brands never manage. It avoided consumer visibility entirely while dominating behind the scenes. Instead of selling cheese in grocery stores, Leprino focused on long-term supply contracts with fast-growing restaurant chains. Pizza chains didn't want dozens of suppliers. They wanted one company that could deliver the same cheese at the same melt, the same stretch, the same taste, every single day, nationwide. Leprino became that company. By the 1990s and 2000s, as pizza chains exploded across America and globally, Leprino scaled with them. Today, the company processes 12 billion pounds of milk every year, converting approximately 6% of the total U.S. fluid milk supply into mozzarella, whey, and dairy ingredients used in pizza and in packaged foods, protein supplements, and international markets. Public estimates place Leprino's annual revenue at roughly $3.5 billion, making it one of the largest privately held food companies in the U.S. California played a key role in that growth. Its Central Valley plants were strategically located near dairy farms, transportation routes, and West Coast distribution hubs. The Lemoore facility alone had been operating continuously for 64 years, becoming part of the region's economic backbone. Which is why Leprino's decision to shut it down sent shockwaves far beyond cheese. Because when the company that holds America's pizza together starts pulling out of a state, it raises a bigger question. Is this just one plant closing, or a warning about where the U.S. food supply is headed next? That's where the real story begins. Leprino Foods didn't leave California because Americans stopped eating pizza. Demand hasn't collapsed. In fact, U.S. pizza sales still generate over $45 billion annually, and frozen pizza remains one of the most resilient grocery categories during inflationary periods. The problem is cost, risk, and predictability. According to reporting tied to the Lemoore and Fresnel closures, Leprino cited a mix of rising operating costs, regulatory pressure, labor constraints, and long-term efficiency concerns. California has some of the highest industrial electricity rates in the country, strict environmental compliance costs, and increasingly complex labor regulations. For a company that operates on razor-thin margins, where pennies per pound determine profitability, those costs compound fast. Leprino's California plant employed roughly 300 workers, many of them specialized operators whose jobs were not easily transferable. When the closure was announced, local officials acknowledged what rarely gets said out loud. This wasn't a failing plant. It was a plant that became too expensive to keep running in that location. At the same time Leprino was pulling out of California, it was doing the opposite in Texas. In 2022, Leprino announced a nearly $870 million investment to build one of the largest mozzarella facilities in the world in Lubbock, Texas. The facility was designed to process up to 8 million pounds of milk per day, dwarfing many legacy plants. Texas offered lower energy costs, fewer regulatory hurdles, tax incentives, and proximity to expanding dairy operations migrating south from California. From a supply chain perspective, this move makes sense. Pizza chains care about consistency, cost stability, and scale. They don't care where the cheese is made, as long as it arrives on time, melts the same way, and doesn't spike in price. Leprino's Texas expansion allows it to centralize production, automate more aggressively, and hedge against regulatory uncertainty. But for California, the implications are deeper. Dairy farms have already been leaving the state for years. When a processor like Leprino exits, it accelerates that decline. Milk has to go somewhere. If there's no nearby processor, farms shut down or relocate. That means fewer jobs, less tax revenue, and a shrinking agricultural ecosystem. For consumers, the immediate impact isn't empty pizza boxes, it's price pressure over time. When supply chains consolidate geographically, disruptions, weather events, transportation bottlenecks, energy shocks ripple faster and hit harder. The pizza industry has already learned this lesson once during the pandemic, when cheese shortages caused sudden price spikes across major chains. Leprino's exit isn't about pizza disappearing. It's about where America's food is still economically viable to produce. And that leads to the final, uncomfortable question. If even the backbone supplier of America's favorite food is quietly voting with its feet, who's next? Leprino generates billions of dollars in annual revenue, supplying mozzarella to Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Little Caesars, and countless frozen pizza brands. These companies don't simply switch suppliers overnight. Their recipes, baking times, and margins are engineered around Leprino's cheese. That means Leprino's operational decisions quietly shape the entire pizza ecosystem. In the short term, consumers likely won't notice much. Pizzas will still arrive hot, shelves will stay stocked, but behind the scenes, the system is becoming more concentrated and more fragile. When production clusters in fewer states, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, any disruption hits harder. A heat wave, a power grid failure, a transportation strike. What used to be regional problems now become national price shocks. That's how pizza prices quietly creep up, not because demand exploded, but because resilience disappeared. For workers, the story is even harsher. The roughly 300 California jobs lost aren't easily replaced with similar roles. Cheese processing is specialized. Many of these workers built decades-long careers tied to one plant, one region, one supply chain. When companies relocate, workers don't just lose wages, they lose identity, stability, and community. Companies like Leprino don't make emotional decisions. They make survival decisions. When margins tighten, they go where the math works, not where history once favored them. This is why Leprino's exit matters far beyond pizza. It's part of a broader shift where America's industrial food backbone is quietly redrawing its map. The question isn't whether pizza will disappear. It won't. The real question is this: as more food production consolidates into fewer states, how resilient and how affordable will America's food supply really be when the next crisis hits? Because when even mozzarella starts moving, the system is already under stress.